Hey guys, we're gonna keep continuing on and I'm gonna show you what a weave looks like. We're gonna do a very heavy weave, a medium weave, and a very light medium weave, kind of like a baby light. So what we've done, we've taken 1/4 of an inch of a skip right here, and we're gonna come in and I'm gonna show you what a heavy weave looks like. So what we're doing is we're coming in and we're skipping through to make it a little bit thicker. This is going to produce a heavier highlight. You see the difference? But what I don't want you to do, don't ever do this, is we're not digging for clams. We're not doing this. Because if you separate this, do y'all see that? That's going to end up in catastrophe. We don't want that. So we want to come in, and I'm going to show you. This is, ooh, my bad. This is going to be your little bit heavier highlight. See how I just put a little space between those? That's going to be my heavier highlight. I'm going to come in and I'm going to show you a medium highlight. A little bit of the same, just the spacing's a little bit closer. And this is going to give you a more of a medium effect. But you see how a medium, but you also see how I can still see through that. If I can't see through that, you've got too much hair in that foil, okay? Now, we're gonna weave again, but I'm gonna show you a very soft, smaller weave, almost as if it's a baby light. We're gonna come in and we're just gonna come in and out just ever so slightly. We're just tapping and kind of skimming. It almost looks like you're slicing, but you're not. See that nice soft weave? Kind of like a baby light, okay? So that's what a weave looks like. Okay, now I'm gonna show you what a weave looks like in a foil, okay? I'm gonna come in and do about a medium weave, okay? Keep good tension on that hair. Grab your foil. Put your insurance in about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. We're gonna come in and I'm gonna hold it. See how I've got good tension there? Grab my product. Remember, not too much. And start about 2 inches down in the middle. Bring your product down. I'm gonna add just a tiny bit. I'm gonna swoop it up, making my J, okay? And then I'm gonna work up toward the top, but not on the scalp, guys. Please, don't get it on the scalp. Because remember, what did we say about bleach? It expands. Okay, we're gonna close it. Close it one more time. Just pinching those corners. I'm gonna come up, come close to the scalp, down, and then I'm gonna close it up. Okay, so that's what my weave looks like. Okay, now I'm gonna show you a 1/2 inch skip with 2 back to back. Okay, so we're gonna take that 1/2 inch. Okay, I'm gonna pull my hair away from me. A 2 back to back is going to produce you a very chunky highlight. So if you've seen people with those chunky highlights, they want to see a lot of brightness around their face. This is what this will produce. So I've got my 1/2 inch, correct? Now, I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch. Remember, 1/8 of an inch of a slice. I'm going to come in, take my 1/8 of an inch, make sure that's 1/8, that's 1/8. Take my foil. Okay. Don't forget your insurance. Okay. We're gonna go up to the scalp, tension, slide my comb out, make sure it's nice and tight. Get your product about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, 2 inches down. Okay. Place your hand up underneath that foil. We're gonna scoop that up. I need a little bit more product. That's what happens when you don't have enough product. The hair gets a little unruly. Okay, I'm gonna add just a little bit more product, and now I'm gonna work up toward the scalp, but not on the scalp, guys. Okay. I'm gonna close her up. Okay, just kind of pinch those sides, bring her up, pull your insurance down, and now we're gonna close it. Okay, so that's a 1/2 inch skip with your 1/8 inch of a slice. Now, since we're producing a chunky highlight, the 2 back to back, I'm going to come in. May have to tilt your head down just a bit. I'm gonna take another 1/8 of an inch of a slice right next to the foil that I just did, because we are doing what? Back to back. I'm gonna pull this hair out of my way. Okay. I'm gonna grab my 1/8 of an inch of slice, make sure it's 1/8 of an inch. Okay. Grab my foil, got my insurance. Okay. I'm gonna come in right next to the scalp. Okay. Add my product. Make sure your hand's placed up underneath that foil or you're gonna lose control. Okay. Twirl it up. Get your product on those ends. And now I'm gonna work it up toward the scalp right there. Okay. I'm gonna close her up. Okay. Lock her in. Seal the sides. Now, that has produced our 2 back to back. Do y'all see that? That's gonna give that chunky effect.
And spread it open. Yeah.
Okay. So now we're gonna do a triple back. 1/2 inch skips, triple back. This is gonna create an extreme chunky effect, okay? So we're gonna come in. I'm gonna take 1/2 inch, correct? I'm gonna pull this hair out of my way. Okay. So we've got our 1/2 inch skip, and we're doing the same thing. 1/8 of an inch slice. Coming in, 1/8 of an inch. Okay. Grab your foil. Provide your insurance. Okay. Grab your product. About 2 inches away. Also, too, be careful not to let your foil crinkle up like that, because what's going to happen is when you slide on your product, you're going to have a crinkle in the hair and the product will not get on that hair, and then you're going to have a dark line in your highlight. We don't want that. So just be aware of that. Okay. Now I'm going to work up toward my scalp, adding in that product. Okay. Ooh, get back up in there. Okay. I'm going to close it. Now our insurance. And we're going to close those ends. Now, what I'm going to do, since I'm getting toward the face, it's really uncomfortable for your client to keep tilting their head back. So what I would do is I would slightly turn my client, and then I would come toward the front of her face, just so it's a little bit more comfortable, okay? Because we don't want to hurt their neck. So I'm going to come in. Now, let me just move my little foil out of my way. I'm going to take another 1/8 of an inch of a slice right here. Okay. And I'm gonna put another foil in here. Okay. Now, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna slide my foil in. Okay. Grab my product, place my product on the hair. A little bit more product. I'm gonna pull that in, making sure we're saturating those ends. Because nothing's worse if you don't get enough product on there. You don't want too much, but you also don't want too little. And then we're gonna work up toward that scalp. Not on the scalp, but toward that scalp. Okay. Come in. We're gonna close. Fold over again. Flip up. Lock it in. And seal the corners. Okay. I never want to see this. Slamming it down. Don't do that. Because what's that doing? It's pushing all that product up, and it's gonna, where's it gonna go? It's not gonna go out here because we sealed it. It's gonna come out the top and you're gonna have a bleeder. Not gonna look good. Now, I'm just gonna slightly fold this over, and I'll take a little bit of a clip and I'll just slightly on the corner, clip that out of my way. Because remember, we're doing a triple back. This is creating that very strong chunky effect, even chunkier than that double back. Still taking 1/8 of an inch of a slice, correct? Like Miss Hernandez said, I should be able to read through it. I should be able to see my hands. Okay, still having tension on that hair. Your insurance. Coming in, tension, right there. Grabbing my product, coming all the way down. I kind of push, swoop it up, getting all that product on that hair. And then I kind of move my hand up and I work toward the scalp. Not on the scalp, but toward the scalp. Sometimes I'll come in and just kind of slightly feather. If you just kind of a little bit feather in there, especially as you get toward that face. Close her up, pinch those ends. Notice how I didn't slide it, I just kind of pinched the ends. Put her up again, I lift her up. And I call it locking it in. And then I close out my corners, close out my corners. Now, if you were finished and there was nothing else, you could slightly lift this up and clip this away so her hair is not sitting in her face, because it's so uncomfortable for your client. And there you go. So we have your triple 1, 2, 3, 1/2 inch skip. Then we have our doubles, 1, 2, 1/2 inch skip. And then right in here, we have your weave. There you go.